In this video, I'm going to teach you how to full field air dribble, but with a flick at the start of it. Let's get straight into it. So I'm going to be using this training pack in this video, copy down the link and open it up. And I'll be using shot number... where is it? Here we go, shot number 14 on this pack. You can use other ones if you want, but these are my favourite ones. And these are Zen settings here if you want to use them. But my settings that I use, I always use 2.5 here, 2.5 here. And the reason I'm showing you this is because it's actually important to have your steering and aerial sense lower down than rather higher up for air dribbles. It's always a lot easier when they're towards 1. So it's normally closer towards 1 the better for air dribbles, and closer towards 10 the better for flip resets and musty flicks. So put it around 1.5 to 2.5, and camera settings, it doesn't matter too much. I prefer a stiffer camera, and these are the ones that I'll be using. And let's get straight into it. And also a closer distance can help as well. So what I'll be doing is this mechanic here where you flick into the ball and then you just air dribble straight off it. That wasn't the best example there. But you do a flick over the defender, then you can do a long air dribble into the goal here. Like that. And you can also reverse the shot. I always actually do this way round. So if I'm flicking like that way, so using left air roll to diagonal flip, I would normally do that off this wall, as I just find that's a lot easier, but it can just be personal preference. So mainly the first thing that you need to do is hit the ball out in field. You don't want it to be like rolling up the ball. So what you do, it's kind of the same as like a flip reset setup in a way, but you're hitting it out and not breaking on the ball. So you're hitting it out, not breaking it on the ball like that. And there's like 2 different modes of attacks you can do for this. You can either hit it high in the air and then flip into it there. Or what you can also do is not boost as much and just flick it upwards and then boost up to the ball. This can be a bit harder with limited boost. But I have got them in limited boost like this before, but it is a bit harder. But the main thing you need to think about is when you flick it from underneath the ball here, you're already underneath the ball for the air dribble, and if you know how to long air dribble well already, it's really important to be really underneath the ball. So this does help your air dribble after a lot. But as you can see there, I'm trying to flick it underneath the ball here. You don't want that. You want to flick basically the side of the ball, but slightly lower down to side of the behind of the ball, so around there. So you hit the ball up, you jump and flip around there on the ball. And I always try and hit the corner of my car when I do this. So I always try and hit with the corner there. I feel like I get the best flicks like that rather than hitting with the nose of my car. And this kind of flicks it over the defender in a way. You can also side flip as well, but I prefer like a diagonal flip like that. Sometimes it can be too powerful. But if it hits the ceiling, that might mean you're too high up and you want to start your setup a bit lower down to the floor. So you're probably thinking, I can maybe do the flip here. I'm hitting it diagonal flipping really well, just on the back side of the ball. The ball's out in field a bit when I'm doing it. It's not stuck close to the ball. So you let the ball roll up a bit more than normal and then hit it off the ball. So it's more in field like this. And you're doing all of that well, but the problem is that you can't recover after, you can't have a good air dribble after. I will show you a good pack to use to improve this and how to improve it. But the main way to improve is having a good setup, so practice your setup a lot and also practice being underneath the ball after you flick the ball. This is because you can just hit the ball upwards and you'll have a really good setup to get towards the goal. I'll try and hit one now. I've not really been trying to hit them, I've just been flicking them around. But if you flick it out in field, like, not like that, like this. Okay, I'm really messing them up now. I need to concentrate. So you flick it up like that and do not hit the ceiling. So you flick it up. That hit the ceiling there, unfortunately. I'm really not doing them well here. I do these in game and I can do them like consistently in game. So there's a good setup there. I'll try and get a flip reset off it. You're probably thinking, why am I doing a tutorial from this guy? But you can kind of see what I'm doing here. I used to be really, really consistent at these. I've scored a lot of them in game, but for some reason today I'm just not scoring them. So there's a decent one without the air dribble. It's enough to show you the flick. There's the flick. So I'm kind of just flicking it forwards. You want to flick it close to the goal, like towards the goal and not towards the other side. And what I use to improve my air dribbles, if you're on Xbox, I'll get to you in a second, but I would really recommend you use air dribble gauntlet. Where is it? Here it is. Use this if you're a Steam or PC user, as this is really good. If you can do this well, then your air dribbles will be very nice. So just try and hit underneath the ball like this. I also think I've put my sense too high. I don't know if I normally have it that high. I might just put it on that, because I think that's why my card's feeling really weird. That feels a bit better there. So there you just want to hit right underneath the ball, and if you do this for like 15 minutes a day, then your air dribbles will improve so much. So if you do this, hit underneath the ball and just aim for that goal at the end, then it will be really good for you. There's not much else to say for this map. I'll go on to the for Xbox and PS4 users now. So go to the free play map of Pillars, and Pillars is here. I think, have I gone past it? I probably went past it there. Am I blind or something? This could also be a good map here. I've not tried that one before. But here's Pillars, and you want to go in figure of eights around this map, either through just air rolling or through anything really. You can do upside down, you can do sideways, you can do constant boosting, you can do all of them at once. You've got lots of options to do, and this is a bit like a workshop map, but it does get quite boring. But what air dribbles is, air dribbles is not only your car control, it's also your ball control. So improve your ball and car control a lot for this. And just try and keep the ball up without it bouncing. You can do like wave dashes, you can do power slides. It doesn't really matter, just keep the ball up. But there's not too much else to say apart from that. Just improve both mechanics separately, practice your flicks separately, then practice your air dribble separately, and it will both come together and hopefully work out really well. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to comment down below and like the video, and I'll see you next time. Comment down below what videos you want me to make, and that flick was a banger. I'll see you again.